Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here, working on the RBJets series for Marius Pass. This is scenario 10, which is Yard Work Whitefish Part 2. So we're going to be switching some empties, grabbing some full stock at a lumber yard, and a little bit longer, 35 minutes, but still tells me it's easy. Hey, they need some empties dropped off and then some full stock picked up at Half Moon Lumber. Go via Whitefish East Lead 3413 to get to the 4 empty lumber flats on Whitefish 3406. Check switches. Alright, so let's see. So, looks like we've got just 12 steps. So go via 3413, and we're coupling things on 3406. Let's see, so we're going to go via 3413. Where are we? Alright, and we're going to couple on 3406. There's 3409. It's always such a bit of a challenge to... Okay, so 3406 is 2 over. Alright, so at this point, we want to go ahead and pull ahead here. So let me center on where I'm at. Okay, so we want to go via 3413 and get past all those tracks. And then we will get onto 3406. So, got another similar engine moving around the yard. I'm sure that's, again, pretty common. This looks familiar. I'm sure I've been through here. I'm sure I've been through most of every location on these scenarios at this point. But yeah, so we've got to go. Now, am I doing it on the back of 3431? So yeah, I believe I'm going the right way. My confusion was because the distance isn't changing any. So it always makes you wonder, are you in the right place? Basically, 3406, I think, is that one. Let's see if yep, I think that's what it's showing me. So we're just gonna get down there and then come back. So let's make sure the switches here are where we need them to be. So around 3413, and yeah, we're coming in here. And then yeah, I think one, two, three, four. So that's my confusion. Okay, I guess there are just 4. It's just they were close enough together, so yeah, I've got to be careful that I don't knock them together. Because that'll be easy enough to do, so I want to not be moving too fast, I think, when I get in there, so that I don't mistakenly couple the cars behind. I mean, if I do, obviously I can just decouple them again, but obviously I'm sure a good quality engineer would not have that issue. So we got to get past here, and then we can turn around. That's a lot of tanker cars. See, a train like that must be fun. I don't know. Maybe not. But I'm assuming we're going to get to some stuff like that here at some point, so. Alright, so I should be all set. Let me get there. And then, yes, I want this one to get me on 3406. Alright. So, took a little ways to switch, but wow, he is still moving along. Can I get and do my part before he gets through here? I do not know. I assume these are going to be 15. They're not going to fall down to 10. If they do, I'm going to be in trouble, but okay, they're not. So there we go, 3406 east. And now we're getting some distance. So everything is as I would expect. At this point, we're moving through kind of as quick as that train is, so we might be okay. And as I get closer, obviously I will want to slow myself down. So I'm going to start doing that. So otherwise I'm going to get there before I know it. And that's never great. So let's see, 5. Head down to Half Moon. Alright, I will do that. So I'm going to go via Whitefish 3413 east. Again. And then we're going to drop them off at Half Moon Lumber 3303. I see. Alright. So there we go. So, little ways down the line there. Take a look at it later. Alright, I can probably speed up a bit more so that I can move along here, because now with this weight, it's 25's not doing much. There's the end of that train coming through on the main line. Alright, so we'll let it give us some steps. Again, we should be all good here. We are. East Main. Okay, so we got to cross over. So yeah, that is all set now. So this is the space I was at before where I had to cross over. And then I was waiting for a different train, but at this point, obviously the train that just came through is through here. Basically, this is the way to get in and out of the yard, is what I ran into before. So yeah, so we were here. I think we were just, the locomotive was just sitting there, and then we were just grabbing some things and heading right out. So doing something similar here, although we're stopping at the lumber yard, which, you know, I think once I left here, we just kind of headed toward the mountains, and that was it. So this, again, is the situation where it gets confusing, because it looks like we shouldn't go, but I don't think the lights are going to change. So yeah, there's nobody coming. So I don't understand why the signals appear to be red. But I guess we'll see. It might just yell at me, or maybe they just ignore the signals the whole time. I'm not sure. But I know this gets me across. And then we'll get onto that line there, and then that's where we'll continue heading to the lumberyard. So that's us. I'm gonna go there, and basically that first spur over, I guess I should see. It looks like it's set. It's automatic, so yeah. Can't do anything to change the situation. So we can go 20, and then we'll be able to go 70, I guess. But obviously the train has to get past the block, and then we'll be able to do that. So there we go, Half Moon Lumber, about 3 miles away. So I'm sure we went past this at some point, just not as obvious as it would have been. Alright. So yeah, I would imagine my pants fell off a little and then I had a half moon. Another funny dispatcher comment. So I was gonna say, I think this locomotive has a harder time with the speed than the BNSF ones we use on the full line. So, I mean, it's getting there, but you can hear it 100%. It is having some fun. So heading through the countryside, taking these 4 empties over to the lumberyard. I'm sure they'll fill them up, and maybe we'll be using them later. I don't know. But yeah, this clearly takes some time to accelerate at 100%. You would think would be accelerating way faster than this, but it is not. No, we're not even on that part of the map yet, so. So I'm going to drop them off, and then I'm coupling things from the other line. I assume those might be loaded at that point. Alright, so we're going to have to go 10 by the time we get there, but got over a mile to go, and I'm pretty sure, given it's just us and some empties, we can slow down pretty well. Just start slowing down. So just need to give ourselves enough space, but no real reason to go super slow way ahead of the junction. So I think we head off into the woods there is where we'll go, to this lumber facility. So we gotta slow down 20 more miles an hour. Get ourselves about 10 sloughed off there. Alright, let me make sure. Yep, we're all set. And then to... Okay, so we want to go to 301. Wait a minute. So how do I... Oh, okay, I can go past. I'm like, how do I do this? How do I drop it off in the direction I'm headed? But I see now what they've done. Alright, so again, these are 10-mile-an-hour spurs. So we get ourselves moving along here, because we've got a ways to go down there. Now, there isn't that much room, but there's enough to do what we need to do. So, but definitely a lot of timber here. Whoop. I am speeding. Must be downhill. I did not realize that. Yep. I just thought I was in good shape, but I learned my lesson there, that's for sure. I think I just need some brake, although that isn't really slowing me down at all. Alright. That'll take us to 301. At some point, I'm going to have to stop on this track. But obviously I need to get the train, or those cars, all the way over here first. And then I can worry about that piece. Alright. That'll work. It's a little far, but it'll work. So we'll disconnect that, pull forward, flip the gates, then grab the full flats. Alright. So, don't want to go too fast, too far, so, but we obviously want to do this. So, yeah, we'll get ourselves through there. It says we'll pull forward. Got that flipped. That is now set. So, turn it around. And at this point, I assume we're connecting to the back. We are. So, get on moving there. We're going uphill, so there's going to be a bit of help with the gravity situation. There we go. Now head back the way you came. There's his tanks again. Alright. So, are we literally going back the way we came? Whitefish, yeah, I guess so. Alright. So, we will do what we are asked to do. Obviously, we've got some logs in these cars. Are they the same type? Yep, I believe they are. Just obviously full versus empty. So let's see if I stay at 13. About 25. Because now we're pushing a full load uphill. So yeah, 25 looks like right now it's maintaining speed. So we'll do that. So we gotta go way back there, 2.83 miles. So let me make sure we're set here. We are via that, and then via 3413 east, and then we're going to 3409. So we're gonna back in there. So I'll just have to keep track of that as I get closer. It might actually be worth doing now. Let's see, 34095. So I think 3409 is that one. All right. Because yeah, now we're getting to the flat grades, so that will move along at a good pace there. But we're basically just giving this lumberyard some more cars to work with while we get these set to haul away wherever they're going. I'm sure there's work like this along rail lines all the time. There we go. Figured it was going to hop back up to 70, although it wasn't showing us that, so wasn't entirely sure. Let this get up to 15 or 20 before I turn it up more. So I should be able to go down the line pretty quickly, although I would think this would speed up even slower than going the other way did. But it definitely makes a high-pitched noise operating at 100% throttle. But over 2 miles to go. Looking back where we were, the yard is, I mean, in what we can see, it's long gone, but from our overhead shot, you can see pretty well. So, yeah, other than that one speeding point where I didn't realize I was going downhill, this has been pretty easy. I mean, obviously, again, at this point I've had some practice, quite a bit of practice on this line, getting familiar with the terrain and the equipment. So all of that helps, that's for sure. But definitely the acceleration takes some time, so yeah, in there somewhere is where that lumberyard was. But I'm guessing we're gonna grab this in the next leaving Whitefish and add it to our consist and take these 4 cars with us. That would only make sense, right? Alright, so we're coming up on a mile. So we gotta be down to 20. And then we just want to make sure we're on 3409. All right, 3409 east, 3409 east. So I've got my switches set correctly. I always like that. Now again, I want to be careful here because we do have some weight. So I think we'll be okay, but this is definitely interesting because we are not slowing down nearly as fast as we were before. But we're doing all right. I think we're good. So again, we just need to be down to 20. We don't need to be like stopped. So at this point, there's still brake being applied. Quarter mile. I could probably have gone, a little more aggressively, but it's always that challenge of you just want to be careful. So, see, again, it's like the lights are red. I can't imagine we really need to be waiting for those. But they don't seem to change. These flats need added to the center beam stock sitting on Whitefish 3409 east. Alright, nothing that way. And again, the lights in theory were warning me that something may be coming, so I guess I better check, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Alright, so we're going, oh, you know what? We gotta slow down. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. I'm like, it's gonna be 15. Bad engineer. Twice in one scenario. Oh well. I knew it. It like dawned on me, and then I'm like, this... And I think it was on the screen too. I just was ignoring it because I was just happy that I was proceeding. And I'm guessing there are people who play these, and because unlike the other, like the in-game scenarios that like you'll fail, well, or you'll lose points. I mean, this is just some messages at the end. Hey, you were speeding. I'm sure there's people who just play and are like, I don't care. But then you're not really driving the train. You're just kind of, again, playing more of an arcade as opposed to a simulator. Alright, so I think we're going to move in, but then go down that first line. And obviously we're adding some cars on that are there. And then we're coupling some more after we couple that, so. But we'll focus on this first. Because those are a little ways down. But yeah, I mean, the only reason, obviously, for the time for these is just the time you need to get through the yard safely. And to adhere to all the speed limits and so forth. But there are center beam cars. Obviously that's where we had picked up our cars from to take down there. And now we've come full U. I was going to say full circle, but we just turned around and came back the same way, so that wouldn't really be a circle. Alright, I'm going to start slowing down. Again, I think it's going to take some time, get myself down to about 5. That'll probably get me pretty close. Oh, actually, it just gets me to 7. Alright. Get us, what, down to 2? 2.3, whoops. And we'll connect up. That's a good long line there. Now push the consist to the west and hook it to BNSF 7337 sitting on 30407. Or 3407. Alright, so we're going to show the task. 3405. Where's 3407? Because that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because, you know, we're there. But we're not on 3407 lead. Is 3407 up? That's 3408. Where's 3407? Show task. We're connecting 2 cars, it says. I just don't see cars there. That is my confusion. Because that's 3408. Is this it? Is this 3407? The words are like over it. It must be 3407. Alright. So we need this changed to here. But other than that, yeah, we're doing okay. Alright. So that took more than I expected. But anyway, we'll head down here. Alright, so and that is showing me 3407, so I'm good, I think. The cars are there. Obviously get going a little bit quicker here so I can finish up. But yeah, I think, is this the old house? No. It's a different setup there. So the mileage is going down and the coupling screen. Again, I'm assuming this is 15. So I should be okay here. And then it'll take me up there. Oh. Wait a minute. So where is this? Oh, okay. So I guess it's just way out there. So that goes a ways, that's for sure. I was going to say we're slowly speeding up, I think. Yep. basically we got to get to that bridge and connect, and so this was a place we were definitely doing a lot of moving cars around. These may be ones we dropped. Alright, so this is going downhill a bit too, so just need to keep an eye on my speed. Alright, that should get us, keep us below the danger point. Alright, wait a minute. That looks like this isn't right. Is it? Oh yeah, 7303. Alright, so we are putting, I'm just like, something's off here, but because I'm like, those are locomotives, but we are putting locomotives onto this, so. Because yeah, with the 4-digit numbers, that is usually what the locomotives are. So we'll slowly crawl in there. That'll work. And there we go. It's 30, 7303 and 307. Alright, did I do it? Yep. And now we're going to drop off 50, 54605. So that's what, the other end? 546034. So just, we're literally dropping everything off. And so I'm sure, oh, I don't even need to pull forward. Okay. So that'll get me to the front. We're now disconnected here. And we've finished our work. Okay, swell job. Wait here for further instructions. Scenario complete. So yes, I passed the signal twice, I sped twice. Rather than that, I did 26 of 26 and got done within 2.5 minutes of when I should have. So, not bad. Thanks for coming along. See you next time.